Okay, friends, today I want to speak about honesty. Friends, honesty never goes unrewarded.
What you see on the screen is the picture of a raven, and a raven is normally characterized as a symbol of bad luck or a bad future. Using this particular picture as an illustration, I want to demonstrate the power of honesty. In this particular episode, I'm going to talk about an experience that I had where a person, in his first encounter with me, thought I was somebody like a raven, somebody who brought him bad luck and a bad future. But the power of honesty is so strong that eventually he realized that what we were doing is right. And he saw that rabbit element in me as somebody far more pleasant than the raven.
Very often in life, we do feel that, okay, what is the point in being straightforward, honest, or upright when pressures in life want us to do something which is far from honest? But I'm giving you one example which happened with me, which may give you some sense of fulfillment that yes, honesty can be good. Some years ago, I was asked by a quasi government company to conduct some investigative work for a big company. And we did that work, and during the course of that work, we did find some evidence to show that the MD of that company had done something that was wrong and that had to be reported. The MD tried his best to convince me that whatever he did was for practical reasons and it had to be done to save the company, to benefit the company, to save the employees of that company. And to me, it did sound as if what he was saying was correct. But I didn't see how I could help him. In fact, the MD went a step further. He called a couple of directors on the board of that company to speak to me, and they were also good and reputed people, and they also said, Mr. Dalal, this is a genuine case. Please do not give this report because we have on our board certain government nominees. This can be very badly taken, and the MD will have to suffer the fate and the consequences. On the other hand, we would be very happy because we are happy with the work that you've done. We want to give you more work. We'll give you a lot of opportunities in this company, and please help us out. Now, it was a very tempting situation where I was expected to get a lot of money, a lot of professional fees if I had just agreed not to mention or not to report something that was very clear. And on the other hand, if I didn't report that, what would happen? The government was going to give me a very small fee as per the rates of the government, which was nowhere as exciting or as comparable to the rates that I was going to get otherwise. So the situation from a plain business point of view, from a financial consideration point of view, was very clear that it didn't make sense. But at the same time, it was not ethical, it was not right, it was wrong. And many people did tell me from my team, from the people with whom I was dealing at that time, that be practical, be understanding. These things happen. This is the way a business is run. You should not go and report these things. Friends, at this point in time, you are at a crossroad. One road has a pot of gold at the other end where lots of work, new relationships, new assignments, all these things were going to come. And on the other hand, it was a dark tunnel. There was no light at the end of that tunnel because there was no great fee, and after this, I would probably be forgotten. So, what was the point? A practical decision demanded that some solution should have been found whereby this report and the MD should have been saved. However, as per our conscience, as per our ethical practices, we had been appointed to do a certain thing, so I went by that rather reluctantly, but yes, I had to do it. And as one would expect, the board then took a decision, the MD was dismissed, action was taken against him, and it was a very sad end to that investigation. I tried to get in touch with that MD, thinking that, okay, let me tell him that, look, I did have to do the report, but I was only doing my job. I have no personal enmity with you. But the MD did not take my call, and understandably so, because he was very angry with me. And because of me, he had lost his job. And that was the time I felt that what is this honesty? To be honesty, is this the reward? I have lost a good relationship, I have lost some good fees, and what have I got in return? Nobody is talking about my report, nobody is interested in my report. The fees that have been given to me are minuscule. What advantage was it by becoming honest? I'm sure a lot of us go through the same thing. Okay? By being honest, are we achieving something? But friends, that is the thing. We do not understand it. But our honesty is recognized there. God remembers, God knows, God watches every step that we take. I had forgotten about this. Some years later, and friends, what I'm telling you is the real truth. I had completely forgotten this, and I was doing my work normally, and when I get a call, and on my cell phone, the name of that MD who was sacked had been saved. So I was zapped to see that it was that MD who was calling me. And I took the phone. I was wondering what he was calling me for. And friends, you will be surprised to learn that he had called me up for a specific purpose, and that purpose was to appoint me as an investigator in the new company which he had joined, where he needed somebody like me to offer a service. When he called me, he said, "Mr. Dalal, do you remember me?" I said, "Yes. How can I forget you, sir? I tried to call you that time, but you didn't take my call." So he said, "Yes, at that point in time, I was very upset with you because I lost my job because of you. But at the end of it, Mr. Dalal, I realized that you are a man who is upright, who will not do anything dishonest. And presently in this company, where I am also an equity holder, I would want no one else but you to investigate, because something has gone wrong, and I know for a fact that I can trust you, I can rely on you, and you are the person who will give me a fair and square report. So please come and help us out." And that is the time I looked up to God and said, "Yes, God, you do watch what we do, and honesty eventually pays dividends in the end."
It doesn't matter whether we are born as a raven or a rabbit, but if we follow the path of honesty, it will accentuate the good in us. The rabbit in us will be more visible to others.
So friends, if you believe me, this is a factual situation. Do not be distracted by people who say be practical, take short-term gains when you have that. No, do what your conscience tells you to do. Do what you feel is the right thing to do. You will never go wrong, and God will never let you go wrong. Thank you so much.